10th Scale Squad, what is up? Happy Wednesday, everyone out there in YouTube land. Yeah, let's get it cracking. I've got some pretty cool stuff tonight, but first, we're actually in the 10th Scale Garage today, and it seems like every time I try and do a live stream from here, we have internet woes. So hopefully this time we won't have any technical difficulties, and everything will be good and wonderful and magical. And yeah, let's do it. Let's see what's popping in the comments. King Wally in the house, of course. Shout out to my moderator, King Wally, of course. Ethan, everybody's favorite smasher and basher. Anthony, Mr. RC Shoff in the house, of course. Island RC Duke is here. What's going on, dude? Nicholas, what's going on? Christian is his phone's dead. R.I.P. Let's all have a moment of silence for his phone. And Tim Hancock, what's going on, brother? Glad you're here. Yeah. So it's Wednesday. You know what that means. We're gonna be wrenching on some stuff. We're gonna be doing some nitro stuff tonight. You saw the thumbnail. You know what's about to happen. But first, as always, I'm gonna give you a little update on what's been going on in 10th Scale Garage Land. We have had two kind of official Mini Z races on the Mini Z track. And I've got some cool content with that coming up. So if you're into mini racing or just racing in general, stay tuned. I'm kind of working out the kinks on how I want to film it, how I want to do it, and all that good stuff. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun. It seems like all the boys are really into it. We got a bunch of people that are coming out for Mini Z Racing Night, so it's super fun. And in other mini scale or small scale news, if you follow me on Instagram, you will know that I am building a small scale crawler park. And it has consumed most of my time lately. So, yeah, I've got that coming soon. It is pretty scale. It's one of the more scale-looking things that I've built in my day. And it has given me a brand new respect for model railway designers, builders, makers. It's pretty crazy. So that is going to come really, really soon, just in time for the crawler days. So I've got some small scale RC crawlers coming. I've got a bunch already. Well, not a bunch, a handful. I've got a handful already. So if there are any small scale crawlers that you want to see on the channel, make sure you let me know. I've got a few already, like I said, and I've got more coming, but I know there's like some stuff by Panda Hobby out there that a lot of people are super into, and I really want to get one of those. I know Team Associated has, I think Team Associated has a small scale crawler, and, who else? Axial, obviously, WPL, and HSP. Maybe those are the same brand, maybe they're not. I don't know a lot about them, but some of those look pretty cool, and I definitely want to get some. Oh my goodness! Kyle, what's going on, dude? Thank you so much for the $5 hairs. It's all good, man. You're here now. That's all that matters. Nicholas, it's not a Max. It's not a Max. Alaska RC in the house. What's going on? Stuart J, it's not a Revo. We'll get to it. It seems like you guys are wanting to see it. So let's take a look at it, shall we? Boom! This is a Traxxas TMaxx. So this was very, very generously sent in by a viewer. His name is James Mann. Maybe you've seen him in the comments. Maybe you've seen him on the live stream. I don't think he's in the live stream at the moment, but hopefully he swings by at some point. But James Mann is an OG 10 Scale Squad member, and he has got a ridiculous RC collection. I mean, he has got some pretty sweet stuff. I mean, he's got like multiple Arma Felonies. He's got just his collection is sick. He's got a mini scale crawler park at his house, and he's a super awesome guy. I cannot thank him enough for sending this over to me. I really appreciate it. And This thing looks, for the most part, pretty sorted. But, of course, there are a few things that we need to do to get it up and running. So that's what we're going to do tonight. So if you're into nitro stuff, and I am by no means a nitro expert, uh, I have a few nitro vehicles. This is the one and only Traxxas nitro vehicle that I have, but my brother has one. I made a video with it. Where it had been, he had let that thing sit for the better part of a decade, and we got it running and ripping, and it is super fun. So the Traxxas TMaxx was probably one of the first hobby grade RCs that I ever ran. And now I've got one thanks to James. Super, super cool dude. I really enjoyed talking to him. And oh my gosh, he was like, hey man, I've got a TMaxx. I don't use it. I want to send it to you. And I was like, hey, you don't have to do that. That's not necessary at all. And he was like, no, I insist. I haven't run it in quite some time. I know you'll have a good time with it. So he sent it over, and here it is. And looking at this thing, um, it is an older T-Max. They've been making this model for what, 15, close to 20 years now. So this is an older one, but boy, it's had a bunch of stuff done to it. It's got an Integy like aluminum frame rails on it. I mean, it's got all kinds of stuff. I believe this started out as like a 2 point. See, I don't know anything about nitros. This started out as like a smaller motor, and he's got a 3.3 in here now. And it's got an aftermarket THS pipe on it, all kinds of good stuff. This thing is, like I said, pretty well sorted. Just a couple things we need to address, and that's what we're gonna do. Let's see. Oh, is James in the house? Is he here? I hope so. The older the better with Traxxas Nitro. That's what I hear, man. That's what I hear. So we're gonna find out for sure. My neighbor has a Nitro Traxxas monster truck, and he swears at it more than he runs it. Well, that's okay. That's making me feel good, I suppose. We're gonna give this thing a shot, man. Yeah. So there are a few things that need addressed. Number one is James did not send a transmitter with it, but he did send a Spectrum receiver, and it just so happens that I have, I use a Spectrum DX5 rugged transmitter for most of my models, so I'm thinking we should be able to link that up. Another thing is, this is going to be kind of hard to see on camera here, but this fuel line, I don't know if you can see that, but this fuel line got pretty hot, and it's actually melted through. So we've got some of that high temperature, like it's that high temp insulating fabric here that should be over the pipe, but at some point it came off and it just burnt through that pretty good. So we need to replace a little bit of this fuel line here. And what else do we need to do? We need to put some fuel in it, obviously. He did send me the starter, but I don't have a battery that will fit the starter, so I did what you naturally do, and I went out and got a Tamiya to Dean's adapter. So it looks a little janky sticking the starter on here, but hopefully it will work. But we're gonna find all that stuff out. TMaxx came out in 1999. Thank you. Anthony is like the Nitro wizard. So yeah, I figured he would know way more about this than I do. I think he might have two of them. And he's got all kinds of Nitro stuff, including a Nitro Savage, which is just super sick. Wheelies all day with the 3.3. That's cool, man. I'm hoping so. Jerome, what's going on, dude? Glad you're here. RC Mass Monster, hello, hello, hello. Change the glow plug. I've got some glow plugs. Like I said, I've got a bunch of nitro paraphernalia from my other nitro vehicles. Yeah, so we should be good there. King Wally, I have a Tamiya Charger, but I just don't have a nickel metal hydride battery with a Tamiya connector because I think I gave them all to you. As a matter of fact. Paul Butler, what's going on, dude? Glad you're here. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, so without any further ado, let's get this thing going here. So I think the first thing that I'm going to do, because it's easy, is I'm going to replace this bit of fuel rail that goes from the pipe all the way up to the fuel tank. So this obviously is what pressurizes the fuel tank to force fuel into the carburetor, and it's pretty well spent. So we're gonna yank that thing off of here. Here I can give you a better look at this here. See, it just got completely burnt through there. So she got hot. Lucky the whole thing didn't burn to the ground, but yeah, definitely need to replace that. The little heat shield fabric, that still looks like it's pretty good. So I am definitely going to reuse that. I got a longer piece of fuel line, so hopefully it doesn't have to be so tight routed through there. So we're going to stick that on real quick. Ba-boom. And guys, I am not a nitro expert by any means. So if I am doing something that's making you cringe, I apologize. It's a bit of a foreign language to me. But bam, look at that. Boom. Here we got some fuel line there. Looks good. It doesn't touch the exhaust like it did before, but it's somewhat close. So I'm thinking if we keep that right there, we should be in good shape. Um, for those of you that aren't familiar with Traxxas Nitro, the really cool thing about them is they don't have a pull start. I'm pretty sure they all, if not most, have an electric motor that actually spins, that actually starts the engine for you. And this one obviously has it, but this lead has come off probably in shipping, I would assume. So we need to stick that back on there. Boom. And there we go. So now we need to open up the receiver box, and this is where I got super lucky because he sent it with a Spectrum transmitter. And Spectrum transmitters, or excuse me, Spectrum receivers are not cheap. So big shout out to James for sending this one with it. So we're going to put our bind plug in there. And I did check the batteries. It does have some juice in it. So we should be able to power it on long enough to bind it and things like that. But that will require a bind plug. Boom, here's one that I prepared earlier. So we're going to stick that in the bind port there. I think we just short out these two terminals. Boom, now if we turn it on, we should be in bind mode. And we are not. Okay. Maybe I got that in there wrong. There we got nothing. Huh. Thought I had that in there correctly. But maybe I don't. I don't think that's in bind mode, but I'm not an expert. Let's see what's going on in the chat. How did you highlight my name? I'm guessing he just typed it out, and it's only highlighted for you. TMaxx, yeah, okay, let's see. Oh my gosh, I'm way behind here. Let's see. What's up? Oh, Chris Valone in the house. What's going on, dude? We're doing nitro stuff today, man. Sold my Fortec for 180 pounds. Was a .15 model. Man, I want a Nitro Fortec so bad. I had the electric Fortec back in the day. and I would love to get a nitro. I'd love to get a nitro Fortec. I'd actually like to get an electric Fortec as well, but it seems like the ones that I see online are in pretty rough shape, or they're just stupid expensive. So, yeah, I don't know. Still waiting for the right one. I swapped out the 3.3 in my TMaxx for a VXL system. Uh, so basically, it's an Emax now, right? Is that what those are? The old Stampede Nitro Sport with the .15 had a pull start. Yeah, exactly. Right. I knew that there was, or I thought that there were some that still had a pull start, but luckily this one does not, and I am very fortunate for that. Okay. So something's going on. I don't think I can't get this receiver into bind mode for some reason. I know I've got it in the bind port, unless I'm using the wrong plug, which is definitely a possibility. So let me try another bind plug here and see if that works. Ooh, there we go. Now we're in bind mode. Can you see it flashing in there? I don't know if you can see that or not. Can you see that little orange or yellow or green or blue LED? I'm colorblind if you couldn't tell. But anyway, we're in bind mode there, so now I'm going to turn on my receiver, or my transmitter, excuse me, and we're going to see if we can bind this thing up. I hope so. It's a DSMR, so we should be able to. So I'm going to go in here to model select. I'm going to scroll down. Whoops. We're going to add a new one. Yes, we want to create a new one. Bind. Whoops. Kyle Brown, thank you very much, man. I appreciate it. All right, so now it says we're in bind mode with the transmitter. It says binding, but does, oh, yeah, oh, we were doing something there for a minute. Bind failed. That's a good sign. Let's try it again. Binding. No. I don't see. It does something. Like the yellow light stops blinking for a second, and it starts blinking slow, and then it goes right back to blinking fast again. So something's not right here. Come on, baby. You can do it. I have faith. This also has a little temperature sensor. Pretty cool. It's like this little wire or little a little sensor that wraps around the head and goes back to the receiver there. Bind failed. That's good. Oh, that's awesome. Why? I don't get it. Okay, well, we try that one more time. Let's see what's going on in the comments. Are the batteries dead? No, the batteries aren't dead. I tested them. They're fine. Is James Mann in the house? Just made it. Hey, what's going on, dude? I'm trying to bind the receiver that you put in the TMaxx with my Spectrum DX5 Rugged. And for some reason, I'm not having good luck with it. But yeah, James Mann is finally in the chat. So yeah, that's the guy that very, very generously donated this to me. Receiver might be too old to bind. Um, the receiver is a DSMR receiver, So it should work with this, not DSMR. It's a DSM. James will know. He's probably typing it out right now. It's a DSM. It's a DSM receiver, so you would think it would work. Um, oh, Jody's leaving later. Jody, thanks, man. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, so he had it on a DX3S. I mean, I can't imagine that a DX5 wouldn't talk to it. But for some reason, I'm doing something wrong here. So let's try that again. There's been a few times where I've had difficulty binding things with this transmitter for whatever reason. Maybe it's my transmitter, maybe it's just my imagination, or maybe there's something stupid that I'm not doing that I should be doing. But yeah, I'd say we're definitely in bind mode here, and I've definitely got it into the bind port. But whatever. We can still do some other stuff, even if we can't get this to bind. And I think I do have a Spectrum receiver. I have another Spectrum like DSMR receiver hanging out somewhere that I can find quick and throw in here if I need to. But I'd rather get this one to work because this one has all the goodies like, you know, the engine head temperature sensor and all that good stuff. Bind failed. Well, what in the heck is going on? Man, I'm gonna have to like do some research online and see what the heck is going on with that. So I've tried it in multiple frame rates here, and for whatever reason, it's just not doing it. Try an 11 ms. It's so weird because like I'll bind it and the light will stop blinking for like just a second and then it'll go back. It's real strange. But let's see if there's anyone smarter than me in the comments. Try to reset it. Well, I'm not sure what you mean by resetting it. I mean, I've cycled power to the truck a few times. Yeah. Man, I wish RC Shoff was here. He'd know what to do. Receiver might, yeah, I'm not 100% sure. Not 100% sure what's going on with it. Bind failed. Okay, well, you know what? We'll mess around with that later. Okay, so I got the motor plugged in. I've got the truck on. I've got that bit of fuel line replaced. Let's see if we can actually get this thing to turn over. So as I mentioned before, James sent me the starter, but I didn't have a battery for the little starter. So I just got a Tamiya to Dean's adapter, and I got a little 2S LiPo in here, and we're gonna see what that does. I'm sure somewhere in the manual it says not to do what we're about to do, but we hit the button and the light comes on, so yeah, we'll see if we can do anything here. Oh, there we go. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The engine spins. Absolutely. So I'm just going to make sure that the brakes are set on so this thing doesn't run away, because we're going to put fuel in this thing and we're going to see if it actually fires up. So that'll be fun. But before we do that, let's see what's going on in the comments. My controller is a bit old. Yeah, but it's a DX3. I mean, this is basically the same technology, just a newer version with more channels. Sorry, dude, not good with binding stuff. Yeah, apparently I'm not either. Try flipping the bind port wire. Get out of here. There's no way. She ran the great last time I ran it. Yeah. I don't doubt you. It sounds like it has good compression, so that's good. But you know what? Just to make Jessica happy, we'll try it. I mean, the receiver is very clearly and obviously in bind mode at the moment. So yeah. But just for Jessica, whatever Jessica wants, she gets. So here we go. I'm flipping it in. It's the other way. We can go back in here. We're in the new model. Bind. Bind. It's doing the same thing. Oh, I don't see. It's so weird. Like, it looks like it's bound up for a second, and then it goes right back to doing the same thing. So, yeah, I'm not 100% sure what's going on with it. Yeah, very strange. Very strange. Yep, bind failed. Okay, well, you know what? We'll try again later. Beep boop. Ugh. Ugh. So the only thing that this TMaxx doesn't have is reverse, which is totally fine for a nitro vehicle. None of my other nitro vehicles have reverse either. But it looks like you could probably add it. Obviously, there's a spot for the servo. There's a little boot here where the shift linkage would go. So I am sure that there is probably a way to add reverse to this thing if you wanted. To me, it's not a big deal. But yeah, super cool. I was hoping it was just a connection. I tried. Yeah. I've tried just about everything too. But yeah, let's see if this thing starts up, shall we? And you know, even if I can't get it to work on this transmitter, I do have. I think somewhere I might have an older Spectrum transmitter that should work. So we'll see. There we go. A little bit of nitro fuel. This is not 20% nitro fuel. This is 30% nitro fuel, I believe. This is the good stuff here. Yeah. 30%. Can you read that? Oh, it's super washed out, isn't it? It's 30%. Just take my word for it. And this is the VP brand. I have had good luck with this fuel. I really like it. That's the fuel that I use. But I am sure there's probably better stuff out there. I'm sure there's probably better stuff out there, but this is what I use, so. Yeah! I am excited. I am super excited. Now, let's prime the engine a little bit. And a little word of warning, like, doing this inside is a bad idea. Like, you shouldn't start a nitro engine inside. It's yeah, don't do this. do as I say, not as I do. This is how you get demonetized right here. So we're going to cover the exhaust port there. We're going to give it a few little bumps. Oh yeah. We're getting fuel. She's running! There it is, guys. It runs. It's got life. That is super exciting. That is super duper exciting. Didn't sound too bad, huh? She burbled right into life with very, very minimal effort. I mean, I just had to touch the starter just a few times, and she burbled right in. Let's do that again, shall we? Make sure the brake's on here. Listen to that! Listen to that! Beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, you know what I was going to do? We're going to put that on there. We're going to stick this back on there. It's alive, guys. How freaking cool is that? I am excited. I am super pumped. Super pumped. Let's see. Somewhere I had a clip for the receiver box. Let's stick that. Oh, oh. Don't want to pinch your wire. It's no fun. Boom. Guys, we are in business, huh? Look at that. Look at that. Victory. Victory, victory. Except for the transmitter. Let's see what's going on here. But yeah, she burbled right into life. That was, just ripped right open. That's freaking awesome. Fired right up like it never missed a beat. Exactly. Love the smell. Well, the smell is all up in the 10 scale garage right now, man. I can feel it in my eyes. For sure. Yeah. That Max needs a Camaro body, right? Yeah, that'd be slick. Hey, speaking of which, if you're into monster trucks with cool bodies, RC Show Off, he has, I think oh shoot, what is it now? Is it a Revo? I think he's got a Revo with like a R35 or, R35 Skyline body on it. Super cool. That thing is a monster. Yeah, that's the LiPo. You think so? Does that make a difference? Yeah, man. Nitro Tears for sure. Oh, what's up, K-pop? Glad you're here, man. K-pop is a two-stroke, man. I know that for sure. But yeah, K-pop. Since you're just joining in, this thing's been sitting for a little while, and just had to do a little bit of quick things to it, and the thing fired up like it never, like it was like nothing. So super duper cool. Uh, really excited to have it, and hopefully very very soon we can take this outside and give it a proper rip. Just need to sort out the transmitter issues, and we should be good to go. Yeah, K-pop RC, freaking awesome. Oh, if you guys haven't seen any of K-pop's live streams, it's super fun. He does Tallboy Tuesday every Tuesday night. He does a live stream where he's either working on stuff or looking at just all kinds of good stuff, building stuff or fixing stuff or just hanging out. So if you haven't checked that out, every Tuesday night, K-pop RC, the guy's a legend. Check that out, guys. How cool is that? Very, very sweet. It does need the old TMaxx does need some new wheels and tires, or at least these need remounted to the wheels, one or both of those things. So eventually we'll get some new wheels and tires for it. But yeah, I'm super stoked to actually finally have this thing running, and we can go do some smoky nitro stuff. Um, because if you have not experienced nitro, it is an absolute blast. And one of the things I really want to do on this channel is bring things to you guys that maybe you haven't seen, maybe you haven't done, and you can kind of live vicariously through me. Because the next best thing, other than handing you the transmitter, is making videos about it. So yeah, super excited. James, thank you so much, man. This thing is awesome, and I know that I'm going to have a good time with it. So yeah, that didn't take very long, did it? Very, very minimal effort from me. Just a little bit of fuel line, plug it in a motor, and yeah, she's ready to go. Freaking awesome. That is exciting. Always wanted a TMaxx. Always wanted one. Now I've got one. Oh, our See You Next Tuesday is in the house. What's going on, dude? Our See You Next Tuesday from across the pond. We have got, we're truly multinational tonight. Super exciting. Cheers, homies. We're drinking the cheap stuff tonight. I like cheap beer and expensive whiskey. So, our See You Next Tuesday was just hanging out with your live stream earlier, man. Glad you're here. Yeah, K-pop has awesome videos. Awesome videos. If you haven't seen any of his stuff, for sure check it out. He's currently building a scale replica of Cletus McFarlane's neighbor build. His big Crown Victoria that does just absolutely savage donuts and burnouts and sounds like an insane. It's got a GT 500 motor in it, supercharged motor in it. It's awesome. And K-pop is making a super scale as shit model of it, and we're all really excited to see him get that thing done. Yeah, yeah. RC next Tuesday. Yeah, no problem, man. Always love your channel. Love your content. Another really awesome channel. If you guys like shenanigans, those boys get into some shenanigans for sure. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, what are you guys working on tonight? As I mentioned earlier, and I didn't get a chance to read through the comments, small crawlers, little crawlers, mini trucks. What do you think that I should get? I have an Axial SCX-24 currently. I've got one of those, and I have the Rock Hobby Katana. I hear really good things about those WPLs. But it seems like some of them are a little on the cheap side, guys. A little on the cheap side. I don't know how capable they are. I know Panda Hobby is a brand that people shout out quite a bit. Um, so yeah, I mean, I'm open to suggestion. Like I said, I've got that scale crawler park coming very very soon. We're in the final stages of it. We just need a little bit more work and paint and just few little details, and we'll be ready to go crawling on it, man. I am super excited. HBX. I think maybe I looked at that one. I think maybe I looked at that one. Only get the WPL kits. Don't get the ready to run. Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because I think the kits, do those don't come with electronics. You have to put your own electronics in it, if I remember correctly. And I think the kits are like that way you can get full proportional steering and throttle, which is a must. Got to have that. Um, HBX. Man, I can't think of the. I think it was an HBX that I was looking at. But yeah, the HSP, I know that's definitely on the radar. Almost certainly going to pick up one of those. Um, Currently working on a Sprint 2. Kind of regret working on it. Oh man, are you not an HPI fan? HPI is one of those brands that you either love or you hate, you know. Um, but yeah, King Wally in the chat, he's got an HPI Sprint 2, and that thing is wicked. As far as belt-driven touring cars go, that's one of the best platforms. That's one of the best platforms that I have driven, as far as belt-driven touring cars. Super cool. But it is a little hard. They are a little difficult to work on. They're a little hard to live with, for sure. Uh, the body is so beautiful. I'm afraid to run with it on. Oh man, I know what you mean. I've got one of those Kyosho Phaser Mark IIs. I've got the AMG body on it, and that body is so beautiful. It's like I feel bad running it around and going sideways in it. I haven't flipped it yet, and hopefully it stays on all fours. But I know what you mean, man. But no shelf queens. No shelf queens. Let's do it. Yeah. I'm looking for a 110 scale crawler. Missed the Axial SCX 24 on Black Friday. I saw that one, man. That was really cool. And it had is that the one that had the old like World War II livery on the side of it? Is that the one that I'm thinking of? Those things looked really cool. Little pricey. But yeah, those things looked sick. Just sucks working on it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, but I own one HPI, and it is my I've got a few videos on it. It's just out of frame there. It's a four-wheel drive shaft-driven drift car, and I bought the chassis for like $200, and then the amount of money that I have into it to make it handle and perform as well as a car that's like $300 right out of the box. Oh man, it was a mistake. But now I've got like so much time and energy invested into it, not only like upgrading it, but like getting it all sorted, getting the suspension sorted, getting it all tuned and ready to go, that like now I'm really connected to it and now I like it. But I would never recommend anyone buying it. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, this car, I love this car, but please don't buy one. They're terrible. but that's how it goes sometimes. The WPLK truck is proportional and looks pretty cool. I know, man. I know K-Pop's got one of the K trucks, and I am hoping that he builds a replica of the Hoonigan K truck. And if you're a fan of K trucks, Mighty Carmons, the boys from Down Under, they just got a K truck that's got like a dump bed on it and stuff. Super, super cool. I know Noriaro, if you're into drifting, like Japanese drifting, Noriaro is super into those K trucks, and they are cool, I gotta admit. Um, those do look really cool, but, I don't know. Those are 1/10 scale, aren't they? Aren't those 1/10 scale? Or are they mini? I'm not sure. But, can you build those as a kit? Can you make them like an actual decent performer? Because the scale crawler course that I have is pretty demanding. Like all the obstacles are super doable, like they're really, really doable. But it is challenging. So yeah, let me know. $300 for an RTR was a good deal. Always get basher bodies. Yeah, exactly. Sorry, I'm switching around in the comments here. Always get a basher body for sure. Yeah. Like if you watched the cheetah video that I made, where we went and got a cheetah and destroyed that thing. I mean, sent it off at the biggest jumps we've ever sent anything off of, doing double backflips and such. And then we went out and did a speed run with it on 4S. Um, that body was actually one that you guys all suggested that I get. And the body was like that real crazy graffiti body that I got on Amazon. And I think it was like $19 or something shipped to my house. Yeah, and that body, uh, was super cheap. It seems somewhat durable. And if you've only got $20 invested in it, you're not going to feel bad about going out there and smashing it. And it still looks, I think it looks cool too. You just put all kinds of stickers on it and, sticker bomb the bejesus out of it, and then it'll look cool for sure. And then it's yours. You've customized it. $300 for Ready to Run was a good deal. Well, that depends. That depends. Depends on what Ready to Run you're buying for $300, I suppose. HBX Devastator. Now hit that like button, everyone. I've definitely looked at those. I've heard a lot about them. It seems like a lot of people run them and have good luck with them, but yeah, I'm not sure if that one's going to be on the radar. Belt driven is very smooth for sure. And the other thing about belt driven is the actual electric motor it runs parallel with the wheels as opposed to like a normal touring car shaft driven chassis, which has the motor perpendicular to the wheels. So there's like no torque. There's no torque twist on the chassis at all. It's super smooth. Love belt driven stuff. Really, really cool. 110, but the real truck is small. It's not tiny though. Yeah, I don't know, man. They look really cool, but I'm just not 100% sure what I would do with it. I'd probably want to like slam it, go full hot boy on it and make it real cool. But we'll see. RC Addicts, what's up, Jeff C? Finally off work. Glad you're here, man. Oh, Super Drake here. Super Drake, what's going on? Yeah. Do you have the Arma Granite Voltage, or did you give it away? Gave it away, man. We gave it away on the 1 year birthday, the 1 year birthday party that we had on the live stream. That was October 14th. Had a contest, and Anthony from RC Show Off won the truck, and he gave it to his buddy's son. Made a video about it. Super sweet video. About brings a tear to your eye. And that has gone to a very, very good home. And that kid is going to have way more fun with that truck than me or you or Anthony would ever have with it. Yeah, so super, super glad that that went to a good home. Yeah, exactly, Anthony. Gave it to Anthony, for sure. Oh, Jody's back in the house. What's going on, dude? Vincent, how's it going? Glad you're here. What's going on? I have a Stampede from the year 2000. Man, are they going to keep making the Stampede, or is the new Traxxas Hoss, is that a replacement? Speaking of new vehicles, um, if Chris Vallone is still in the house, Chris Vallone has got a new video coming out, dropping really, really soon about the best new RCs of 2020. And I'm really excited to be a part of that video. That's going to be a really fun time. And we're going to film that video tomorrow. So that should be on his channel probably this weekend, I would imagine. But Chris Vallone is doing big things these days. He's doing interviews with people. I mean, big YouTubers. Um, uh, he's he's making some waves out there in the RC community, and I'm really excited to be a part of one of his videos. So check that out. The best RCs of 2020. I've got my list. Do you have yours? Uh, there's electric stuff. There's two-stroke stuff. There's good stuff on the list, man. It's gonna be a fun video. I'd flex an old Nitro Stampede. Yeah, man. RC Show Off has one, as a matter of fact. Dude, that guy, Anthony, is like, if you don't watch RC Show Off, you should. If you're into Nitros and you don't watch RC Show Off, what are you doing? What are you doing? Um, yeah. Yeah. And if you're into Camaros, yeah, Anthony's got a couple of them. I had to redo my video because of Valone. Oh, really? Why did he like come and mess it up or something? He he M nailed it. I'm not sure what you mean by that, Jessica. He M nailed it. He nailed it? Okay. Explain. I'm intrigued. But yeah, so make sure you stick around for all that stuff. It's gonna be a good time. And of course, mini crawlers. I am really excited about it. Like I said, I have such a huge respect for like scale railway builders and makers and hobbyists because oh my gosh, that is just an insane amount of work. And mine is nowhere near the quality of a lot of those guys. Uh, I mean, everything from like, I've got a bunch of like 3D printed parts in it. Definitely need to get a 3D printer because that could have saved me some money just printing my own stuff. Yeah, I've got 3D printed stuff and like, scale trees and scale grass and scale rocks and just all kinds of stuff, bridges and valleys and lots of different surfaces, lots of different textures. It's crazy, and I'm really excited for you guys to see it. I think you're gonna dig it. Got a Camaro body on my HPI Nitro. Nice. Oh my gosh, have you guys seen the new Proline IROC Z Camaro body? That thing looks super cool. I have to get one. I don't know what I'm gonna put it on yet, but man, I gotta get one of those. Those things look so cool. Everybody remembers the IROC Z Camaros, those were like real hot shit when I was in high school for sure. The teal one, right? Was it like teal, green, blue, whatever color that was? Those things were sick. Um, I'd love to build a scale one. Not sure what chassis I'd use for it though. I'd really like to make a rear wheel drive drift car with just a ridiculous body on it, like an IROC Z Camaro. Something you normally wouldn't see drifting around, a racetrack. Um, yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be cool. Ho trains, ah, lol. That's funny. I do have a killer body 2010 Camaro. Yeah. They make that one. I know they make it in yellow. I think they make it in another color as well. I've got a couple killer bodies. The Evo that you see right here, that guy, that is a killer body, and also my Red Cat Lightning, the one that did 43 mile an hour with a brushed motor in it. That's got a R34 Skyline body in it, and uh, there's some good stuff that's going to go into that one, hopefully real soon. So stick around for that. Thanks on giving one of the wheels of my Traxxas Titan fell off when I was driving it, and And on oh, I'm sorry, I can't read. And on Thanksgiving, one of the wheels of your Traxxas Tenton fell off when I was driving it. Yeah, man, we've all been there, dude. You're not alone. It happens to the best of us. Uh, we've all been there. It's a bummer, but it's part of the hobby, man. If that's the worst thing that happened to it, I think you're in good shape. My Camaro is burgundy. I already painted the Camaro body. Was close enough. Oh, right on. Cool, cool. Yeah, I would love to build like a scale replica of one of my real cars. Um, I have a old Mazda Miata or an MX-5 if you live abroad. Um, I have an old Miata, and I know that Tamiya makes an MX-5. Um, they make an MX-5 body for one of their chassis, and I think it would be really cool to build like a replica of my own car. Um, but you know, that's who knows. That's later. I've got way too many things. Got way too many things on my plate. Super Drake, what are you doing, man? Oh, we can see that. Yeah, we can see that. Whoever's moderating, allow that. I guess I can do it too, can't I? Yeah, we can do that. There we go. You're good, Super Drake. Convert the two-wheel drive slash to drift with the IROC Z. You know, I have put my blood, sweat, and tears into that two-wheel drive slash. Like literally. Like I have spent so much money on that thing and put so much time into tuning it and all that good stuff and trying to make it competitive, and it's not, you know, when I can. And I went out and bought a Losi 22S, pulled it out of the box, and just am way better. That truck is way more competitive than that Traxxas Slash will ever be. And I'm a little frustrated with the two wheel drive Slash, and so much so that I am considering selling it. It's not very often that I sell RCs, but I'm really considering letting that one go. And like it's totally set up to go racing too. I mean, it's got a low center of gravity chassis. It's got like Robinson Racing. It's got Robinson Racing gears in it. It's got a gyro in it. It uses a team associated transmitter. I mean, it's got pin tires on it. I mean, it's got a lot of cool stuff, but just over it. Just over it. I'll take it and make a mud boss. Yeah, you know, but I don't know. I'm really not into the mud boss thing. I like the street stock. I like the idea of building one of those, but you know, that's on a buggy chassis. And here I've got this stupid Traxxas Slash low center of gravity two-wheel drive chassis that, you know, I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen to it. So if anyone wants to buy it, if anyone wants to buy it, I guess make me an offer. Yeah, if you don't know what I'm talking about, it was in my Losi 22S video. I went into why I was replacing my two-wheel drive Slash with a Losi, so you can see it there. Uh, hey, Captain Flannel, LOL. I'll take it off your hands. Drag racing is pretty popular in my area. Yeah, you know, I've I've already got. See, I built a Bandit into a pro mod drag racer, and so I've already got like that chassis that's a drag car, you know. And then I've got another drag car as well that you guys haven't seen, but if you want to, I'll show it to you quick. Kind of a little bonus here. Check this out, guys. Boom! How sick does that look, right? How sick is this thing? Yeah. Let's switch to this camera. Like, how dope. So, Nova body. It's all blacked out, you know, stealth mode. I did a really light dusting of like a charcoal, almost like a metallic-y dark silver, and then I went full black, full stealth mode on this thing. You know, hashtag Black Wheels Matter. I think this thing looks super dope, right? And it's even got It's even got Proline. You can't really see it there, but it's got like Proline in all black, just kind of like ghosted in there. I think this thing looks wicked, and I'm excited to drive it. Whenever that is, who knows? So yeah, you guys haven't seen that one yet, but there it is. Uh, yeah, right. I need to at least get it out and get some pictures of it. Um, yeah, before I take it racing and destroy it. I also have a little '69 Firebird RC that my uncle gave me. Nice, man. Free 99. That's the best price of all, for sure. Wait, you can't handle a Nova. Psh, I can handle that one. That's the team associated DR10. I've got a video with that as well, where we actually race the Pro Mod car that I built. It was like built versus bought drag racing. So if you're interested in that, obviously that was before it had all the Nova bits on it. But if you're interested in that, there is a video on it, and yeah, it was super fun. 10 skill drag racing is really really fun, way more fun than I thought it would be. I kind of wanted to, I was kind of into it just to build the car. I thought actually building the car would be more fun than racing, but man, the racing is really intense. Yeah. So if you haven't tried it, man, get out there and try it. It's so fun. So fun. If I'm not mistaken, DR10 got smoked by a brush bandit, Jody. Yeah, Jody. Although Flying Fortress RC he's got a Buick Regal body on his DR10. That thing is super cool too. A lot of awesome bodies getting released for drag cars these days. 2020, for as bad as it has been, um, we did some great things. We did some great things this year. Was thinking about getting a DR10, but kind of want to build up my own vehicle. Well, I'll tell you, I had better luck building my own than buying one. And it was a little bit more expensive, but it's definitely doable. I started out with a brushed, like the cheapest Bandit money can buy. Just go out and get the cheapest Bandit. Then I got a Traxxas low center of gravity chassis, and then just swapped all the Bandit arms over to it, um, all the Bandit bits over to it, and I went that route. A lot of people will get a two-wheel drive slash and then put Bandit A arms and stuff on it. For me, I priced it all out, and that was actually more expensive. And then you just put whatever electronics in it that you want. And I really enjoyed building it. It was a really really fun build. Um, yeah, and plus you get that satisfaction of like racing something that you built versus racing something that you just pulled out of a box and threw a battery in it. Not that there's anything wrong with that. That's obviously I do a lot of that too. But yeah, it was very rewarding, super fun. A Regal, that's great, dude. That thing looks sick, Nimmer. Uh, yeah, it's like all white. It's super fun. I think Nimmer would be into it. That'd be a good time. We should all take our drag cars to the bar and go drag racing in the parking lot. That'd be a good time. Soon, 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 soon. Y'all got a whole RC donated? Yes, we did, Tim. Yes, we did. Tim was the first person to ever donate anything to the channel. He donated some. He donated a servo and the tools that I use every Wednesday to wrench on stuff. Those were all donated by Tim. And yeah, and then James came along and was like, "I'm going to donate a whole vehicle," which is totally not necessary. You guys don't need to donate anything to me. If there's anyone that doesn't deserve it, it's totally me. But I'm very grateful to have it, and yeah, I'm super lucky to have such a sweet community behind me. You guys are the shit, and I love you. And yeah, hey bro, since last time I was with you, I have gotten a Senton BLX V3. Nice for the wife. Does she know how lucky she is? And the new V2 Mojave. Nice, dude. I want a new Mojave. I want Mojave real bad. I thought I had a hookup for that, but kind of fell through a little bit. Yeah, the Mojave is over the top. Yeah, I'm sure it is, man. Those things look sweet. Um, yeah, we've got a couple tracks where we can race big scale short course trucks, and that's something that I really, really want to do. 2021 season, man, it'll happen. So we're talking like Mojave, UDR, maybe a Super Baja Ray on the horizon, because those things are so sick, so sick. Um, yeah. So hopefully the 2021 race season is going to be a good time. Really looking forward to it. But in the meantime, we've got lots of good stuff to get us through the cold, lonely winter. So if you're into mini stuff or if you're into nitro stuff, look forward to that stuff coming up real soon. Yeah, you've done it, guys. You've done it again. You have squandered away another perfectly good hour watching the 10 Skill Garage Wrenchin' Wednesday podcast. We did it. We went from a nitro truck that hasn't been run in quite some time to one that starts with just the tiniest little tap of the button. The only thing we got to do is bind her up, and we will be ready to go do smoky nitro stuff. I'm really excited. That's going to come real soon. Mini Z stuff coming soon. Small crawler part coming very, very soon. You guys are going to love it. Seriously, it's probably the coolest thing I've ever built. And I'm really excited to show you guys. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Big shout out to the moderators on the channel. That's going to be Anthony from RC Show Off, one of my favorite channels on the whole of YouTube's, and Mr. Ethan RC Addicts. What? King Wally RC and RC Addicts Garage. Jeff C. in the house, of course. Thank you all very, very much, and we will see you very, very, very soon.